I like Apple. I have a lot of Apple products. I've seen every Apple keynote since Tim Cook became CEO of Apple.
Good morning!
I own a part of Apple. This is why I like Apple. Hello everyone out there on YouTube, it is me, Jack, and today I'm going to be talking about why I like Apple as opposed to like Samsung or any of those other Android devices. But, as you know, this is the 100 subscriber special, so I thought this would be a good topic since I've been thinking about doing a video like this for a while, and it just felt like the 100 subscriber special would be the perfect time to answer this question that I'm sure none of you have ever had. So thank you for 100 subscribers, and let's get into the video. So the main reason I like Apple, I'm just gonna say it outright, is the ecosystem. How you can seamlessly start something on your phone and then pick it up on your Mac, or start something on your iPad and copy it over to your Mac. Like, I'll be doing my math homework and I'll work out a problem with my Apple Pencil in the Notes app on my iPad. Then I'll paste the answers into my Mac, because you can copy your handwriting as text and paste it in to the web. I'll paste it into the website on the Mac, and it's just so seamless. That's why I really love Apple. But if you want a more in-depth analysis, here is the story, my Apple story. So, it all started back in a year that's irrelevant to the story. I was doing the flashback thing. Got an Apple sticker on my water bottle. So it all started with the iPod Touch. As it does for most people, I assume, their first Apple product, or people my age at least, their first Apple product was an iPod of some sort. Whether that be an iPod Nano, an iPod Touch, an iPod Shuffle, any iPod, an iPod Classic, good first Apple product. Because you get the same, at least with the iPod Touch, you get the same capabilities, for the most part, as the iPhone without the calling capabilities or data capabilities. So that is why the iPod Touch is a good thing. So the iPod Touch was my first Apple product. The iPod Touch 5th generation. Now, when we got it off of Craigslist or whatever, and it was a little bent when we got it, but we put a case on it and it's all good. So, yeah. And just hang on to that thought, because that comes back later in the story. By the way, did you know that the little thingy on the back of the iPod Touch 5th generation, like, there's a little thing, you press it and it comes up? That's to put, like, your thing on it, so, like, you can secure it to your wrist and just play the keynote clip.
And if you push that little button with your finger, it pops out. You can attach the loop. And just like that, you've added a really handy and convenient wrist strap to your iPod Touch.
A few months, I started to make videos on it and such. That was where I first started editing. I first started editing on Perfect Video, that app. It's right here. That's what it looks like. Maybe you guys have it. It's a pretty cool app. Things were going great with the iPod Touch. But then iOS 10 came out. Now, the 5th generation iPod Touch lost support for software updates with iOS 10. Yeah, and then I realized I can't get iOS 10 because the iPod Touch didn't support it. And you know, we all know the great awesomeness of iOS 10. iOS 10 brought a ton of new features. So then I kept using my iPod Touch, and it was working fine, you know, just without iOS 10. And then one day I woke up, I went to my iPod, touched the home button to turn it on, and nothing happened. I touched it again, nothing happens. I pressed the power button to see if it's like dead or if the home button's just not working, and it turned on. So I knew it was a home button problem. Now, this wasn't good, because if the home button's not working, you have to have this little thingy on your screen, and it's like super annoying, and yeah. like as a makeshift home button. So at that point, I was like, okay, I need something new. But then my dad was like, well, maybe we can fix it. So he tried something he saw on YouTube, but due to there being a bend when we originally got it, that like when he tried to fix it, it cracked the screen. So that was a little unfortunate. So then at that point, we had to figure out something new. And my parents had just gotten new phones, so I just got my dad's old phone, and that was the iPhone 5C. So the iPhone 5C served me well, and it got iOS 10, so I could have iOS 10, and it was so nice. iOS 10 was amazing. So I got an iPad for Christmas, and I knew I was gonna get one because I helped pay for it. And this was, again, where things got pretty changed. One Sunday morning, I was on our family's Apple TV, and I was just kind of bored, trying to find something to watch, and I stumbled across the Apple's event app. And I was like, you know, I have always wanted to watch an Apple event. So I started to watch the September Apple event, and that was the game changer that changed everything. And then I started to watch some more Apple events. I got the iPad, and that spring, Apple had their March Apple event with their services event, where they released Apple TV Plus, Apple News Plus, Apple Arcade, all those. I watched it on my iPad after the fact because I had school that day. But after watching that event, I was like, I wonder if I can watch older Apple keynotes too. And sure enough, if you scroll down to the bottom of Apple's special events page, they have a whole podcast feed thing of all their Apple events since Tim Cook became CEO, and even a little bit before that, like some with Steve Jobs, and I think they go as far back as like 2008. So I started to watch Apple events on my iPad with the podcast app because you can just conveniently download it, and you know how the podcast app works. Or maybe you don't. I started watching all the old Apple keynotes, and boy, they're fun. That spring, I was watching a lot of Apple events. And then summer came around, and I was like, you know what, maybe it's time to upgrade from my 5C, because I'd had it for a few years, and it was no longer getting updates, and iOS 13 was about to come out. I was like 2 updates behind, 2 major updates, like, because my iPad was running iOS 12, but my phone was running iOS 10, which was already causing some continuity errors. It was destroying the seamlessness of the ecosystem. Needless to say, because I could be like, this app's not supported with this, and this, and this, and that. And I wasn't able to get updates on apps like Perfect Video, where I was doing my editing and stuff. So yeah, that was not good. So this led me to work very hard to save up enough money for the iPhone XR. I got the iPhone XR, but before I got the iPhone XR June 15th, and that same month, June 3rd, was WWDC 2019.
Good morning!
And this was the first time I was watching an Apple event live. And I got super excited for it. All like the week before and all that, I'd been like, ooh, 1 week until WWDC, woo! I was so excited for WWDC, and it did not disappoint. They released a lot of new features, and then I was like taking notes too. You can add in some B-roll on my notes from WWDC. They're not the most organized, but they've become more organized, like my note-taking skills. So yeah, I watched WWDC live. Then I got a Mac, and I got Final Cut on the Mac. And I upgraded from Corel Video Studio X9 Pro, what a mouthful, to Final Cut Pro 10. And that was just so much nicer. Yeah, so the user interface of Corel Video Studio X9 Pro just gave me like a headache, and it always made me super tired. And I even tried to revisit it when my Mac was having issues. Okay, I think it needs to be clarified. The Mac wasn't having issues. It was the hard drive was having a storage issue. And since the storage was full on the hard drive, we couldn't load up Final Cut. So we were considering using Corel. Like, I just tried to see if I could do it, and no. It's old, and there aren't as many options, and yeah. But yeah, Then I upgraded to Final Cut. It was a bit of a learning curve, but I pretty much self-taught myself Final Cut. Damn, didn't have to use as many tutorials as I did with Premiere. Sorry, Premiere people. Gotta throw in a Premiere joke every video. So I got Final Cut, so I decided that would be a good point to start posting my YouTube videos, like that I'd done, like my unboxing my MacBook, unboxing my phone, all that stuff. So I posted it. That was it, James Holzhauer.
Outside in, okay?
So I posted all the videos, put them out there, and yeah. So I did that, and then, wait, that wasn't enough for Jack, because Jack had to have the services. Jack being me, I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person like that. He had to have Apple Music, he had to have TV Plus, he had to have Arcade, he had to have Fitness Plus. But you know what? I'm on a free trial for TV Plus still. Thank you, Apple. I legitimately thank you for that. Now that I have a lot of Apple services, like Apple Music, for example, it's even more in the Apple ecosystem. Like, now that I have Apple Music, I have so many songs on Siri, so many songs just on my little HomePod right there. I have 70 million songs on my wrist. Wow. And Apple Music is one of these things where once you use it, it's the best mistake you've ever made. I'll have a whole video about that coming out soon. And after Apple Music, I got TV Plus and all those, Arcade, but yeah, free trials. I'm still on free trials for both of them. Then I got Fitness Plus, and Fitness Plus I'm actually paying for because Fitness Plus I like. Actually, in health class we were just talking about exercises we like to do, and I said Fitness Plus. There's so much you can edit out here. Woo-wee! Now we're pretty much up to the present day. I have Apple as a topic in my newsfeed for the news app. The Apple News app. Yeah, I also have Apple Newsroom in my newsfeed for the news app, and that's actually how, like, when I try to get into something, how I start. Like, I just start by reading the news of it. That's how I started to get into Apple, like, even before any of this. Like, I added it to my newsfeed and I started reading Apple News. The Apple Watch in and of itself is a really good thing that, like, I'd like to talk about, because the Apple Watch really helps me stay motivated, and it's just one of my favorite Apple products by far, and it's so seamless with my AirPods and my phone, and like closing the rings, and then my Mac with the spinning wheel of death, and it's just all so amazing. It's so seamless. I like Apple so much that I bought stock in them. Didn't use Robinhood. Anyway, so yeah, now I own a part of Apple. And that is why I like Apple. It's because of the ecosystem. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you aren't subscribed, thank you for staying to this part. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.